shining, the sun is shining down on us. There's nowhere I'd rather be. There's nowhere I'd rather be. The sun is shining, the sun is shining down on us. There's nowhere.
Hi, hello, good morning everyone. It's early morning. It's about 8:03 and we are in the Philippine domestic airport. We're on our way to Boracay and we're taking a vacation, a few days in Boracay. It's my first time to see Boracay and first time to travel domestically here in the Philippines. We've been to many countries, and for me, traveling is a must for you to take a break. And why is traveling important for me is one of the important things as a business owner. We all need to take a break. We all need to unwind, I just like to hustle. I just like to achieve a lot of things, and achieve the goals we have for the company. And I sometimes worry a lot, like if I travel, what will happen? And I always still try to check, even after, I'm with family, every day I still check emails at the end of the day. But this is going to be a good vacation for us. It's going for us to take a break as a family. And I'm with my parents. I brought my parents there. We're bringing the grandparents there to Boracay, and so I hope you will join us and enjoy the travel that we will be having in Boracay, and see you there. shopping vlog. So that's it for Toast 2023. Ayun siya, busy siya. Claiming more booking.
And that concludes our 17-day trip to the Philippines. So we participated in the bridal fair, the Toast Bridal Fair. It's our first time participating in the Toast Bridal Fair. Our last wedding fair that we participated here in the Philippines was in 2019. All I can say, it was a success. We had a lot of leads. Was getting married in 2024 and 2025. My goal was for us to participate and get the name out there, open a branch here. I think that we did that. We achieved our goal, and the goal was actually to book weddings for June, April onwards. And we have a lot of leads that's getting married during that time. There were a few inquiries that's already before April. However, like some of those dates we cannot accommodate because we're fully booked in Dubai. So some of the things that I learned from the bridal fair is, number one, preparation. So there's still a lot of room for improvement whenever I try something, and I always look at the side where we can improve. how we can do it better. So number one, I think we could have booked a bigger space. In our previous bridal fair, we booked 2 spaces. This time we booked just 1, and we had a collaboration with the catering company who I met through AJT events. Janae introduced me to her, and through BNI. So BNI is really a good network for you to connect with other business people, especially if you work in the same industry. It's really good if you have that network. And so it was really good for me to meet people in the same industry, working in the events industry in the Philippines through BNI. So that was really helpful. So we had a collaboration, so we shared a booth. As you can see in the photos and the videos, that's our booth. I feel though that it could have been bigger. It would be better if it's bigger, because something that I discovered also, I learned, is that the couples tend to spend more time to get to know your brand by sitting down, watching the videos, when they're sitting down talking with you, looking at your photos, looking at the album. So I think that's one thing that if I'm going to participate in the next bridal fair, that's one thing that I would change or I would improve on. The next thing is we ran out of flyers. So I had printed originally 200, and then we actually had like brochures printed, additional 50 or 100 brochures printed, but that was not enough. But what we could have done better also is only give flyers and brochures to those who show interest, not to everyone passing by, because it's just a waste of paper. And I'm not, I support sustainability. I want to be environment friendly, and printing is actually, I actually originally thought about QR codes, but they said it doesn't work in the Philippines. They want to see the pricing, they want to see the packages like immediately and compare it with the other studios, with the other suppliers. So that's one thing that I learned, and that's one thing that we'll be improving on, especially if we'll be participating in another bridal fair. So another thing that I learned is the vibe. So the MelRish Studio, one of our core values is personal connections. So real, timeless, personal. So this is one of my core values. And I think also it's very important for a business or a brand, especially if you're into the service industry, and especially if you're in the wedding industry, especially photographers. It's important that you have that connection with the couples, and so having a vibe or having people with the same kind of personality or same brain waves, mind waves, or something, that would have been helpful. So most of the couples in the Toast Bridal Fair, they're actually the high and the mid end, and they're, of course, the couples there, they're some of them are unbelievably young. Not, of course, they're in the legal age of marrying, but they're still young. Having people to sit down, like, so that space would have been helpful. Having a sofa in front of the TV would have been helpful, and then someone younger, someone who had the same kind of vibe and the same. Because I walked around the bridal fair, I walked around and looked at the other studios. There are a lot of couples who were laughing with the photographers, who were laughing with the team members on the side. So that's, I think, maybe one thing that we could have improved on. I mean, having the same likes, knowing, it's all about knowing your target audience. If you know your target audience, you will know the same lingo, the same language, the same, you can strike a conversation instantly by talking about something that's not wedding related. It's all about building connections. So if you don't know your target audience, if you don't know who you're talking to, you won't build that connection. And it's very important, especially, like I said, when it comes to wedding photography and videography, you have to build that connection with your couples. Because if you don't build that connection, the storytelling won't come out. So that's one thing that I learned also. That's one thing that we'll be improving on. Maybe I would have more thought about, like, envision how the booth would look like. Our office in Dubai, our studio in Dubai, had the vibe that I really like, industrial chic. Our old office had a brick wall. So that's the kind of feel that I like. So maybe if I have planned the booth more properly, or, like in advance, and, then it could have, had that MelRish vibe. I mean, the booth looked nice, wow, it's nice. But even the signboard, I think, could have been better. Like, the design could have not been on the board, could have been on 3D. But let's see. So these are the things that I would think I'll be improving on, and the briefing. This is also one thing. Maybe a day before this is something that we did not have, but I mean, like, I definitely could have done better. We could have had guidelines, printed guidelines for the theme that was there, what to say, even who we are, because this is an outsourced team, so we had them, like, freelance with us, so we could have had it written instead of, this is about us quickly and, on this day itself. And then, so those are the things that I could have improved on. So it's always a learning experience whenever you go for something new, venture into something different. I mean, this is the first step of our Philippine expansion, and we met a lot of great couples and great leads. So, when you're marketing, that's important thing is, this is also what I tell our clients, social media is vanity metrics. If you just go for likes, and if you just go for follows, but if you don't communicate to them on a one-on-one basis, like, if you don't get their email addresses or their numbers, and you don't send them, like, messages, personal messages in their email, in their inbox, or their SMS, then there's no connection. If it's just following, so on social media, it's a vanity metrics. You should be able to communicate to your clients, get their data. Data is now the new gold. So that's my learnings, and now we're off. We just packed. We're going now to the airport, and I'll see you soon.